There's been times in the past where I've had to deal with these video game companies' customer service, like Xbox, Sony, and Nintendo. I do remember what I had to deal with Xbox, right, with Microsoft. I remember having to call them because I lost access to logging into my Xbox Live account. And this was a long time ago, and I learned my lesson. This was a stupid mistake. If you recall, back in the day, this was dumb even then, you would have like an internet service provider, and they would give you an email address, right? And I used that email address for like everything. Just making it up, say it was like Madlittlepixel at Verizon.net. And then once you no longer had that internet service provider, for whatever reason, either you changed providers or you moved, you no longer had access to that. It just wasn't in that town you lived in. You no longer could have that email address anymore. So it was something along those lines. And I could no longer log into my damn account. And I had tons of things tied to that email address. And I still do, where I just can't log into things. And this was a long time ago, long ass time ago. Holy crap, like DSL era type things, you know? And I remember having to call Microsoft, deal with them to get things swapped around, changed to a different email address, and got that all taken care of. It was a pain in the ass dealing with them, dude. And then I had something similar with PlayStation, with my account with them, having to deal with them. I don't recall exactly what it was, but I remember it was annoying. Nintendo, I've had to deal with several times. System transfers, like the 3DS, like buying one on the secondary market after not having a system for a while, the Wii, 3DS, getting my account back on there, just the way they did their stupid accounts. They don't do it that way anymore, but back then you would have to call them to get your account back on there. It was stupid, man. And it wasn't exactly painless, but it was there was a lot less pain involved than dealing with Microsoft or Sony, okay? And then there was another time, I remember doing a video where like my Nintendo Switch, my account like somehow got compromised and somebody used like an Epic account, Fortnite, and got like some V-Bucks or something. And I was like scrambling, what the hell, dude? And luckily I went about it the right way and contacted people instead of just doing a chargeback, because if you did a chargeback, Nintendo would just ban your account. But the point of this video today is I saw this information brought up, which reminded me of a video I did not too long ago about the MIG Switch users getting their Switch 2 banned. And this is something that kind of pisses me off. I like Nintendo. I have a Switch 2 and I've been enjoying it. I say this all the time with things. I'm not the person, like I do see it in my comments all the time. I see it all over the place where people are just like, F Nintendo, F like whatever specific company, like you're boycotting them for life. Think, life is too short for me to think that way with certain things. Businesses are businesses. So I like when I see a lot of people like, oh man, I don't like Nintendo doing things this way, that way, whatever. I get it. I complain about things too. You look at all my videos, complain about a lot. I don't have to like everything about a company, but they do make games that I enjoy. So I'm gonna play them, man. I'm gonna play them. I'm not gonna boycott everything. If I don't like it, I won't buy it, but there's things I want, so I'm gonna buy it. It's just plain and simple. That's just the way it is. I could bitch about things. I could say there's things I don't like. And there's definitely worthwhile to criticize every one of these companies. Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony. I own all their systems. All of them get praise and criticism when deserved, right? Nintendo, they get their praise, but they do get a lot of criticism as well. And this kind of stuff pisses me off, dude. Pisses me off. And this is something I remember worrying about when I started seeing all this stupid nonsense in their terms of service, where it's like, hey, if you do some weird things or we suspect you of doing things or having access to certain things, we can just ban your account and all sorts of other things like with your system. And I brought that up where both Xbox and Sony, they have the same terms in their terms of service. They have the same things, same clauses, right? It's not just Nintendo. It's just Nintendo kind of made it more clear recently by updating, their agreements, right? Their end user license agreements. But this pisses me off seeing that this individual on Reddit just a couple days ago, Switch 2 users, be careful buying used Switch 1 games. I would imagine this, maybe in the future, this could turn into Switch 2 games, but right now the concern is Switch 1 games because they're talking about you can get banned if a bad actor dumped it. Having said that, Nintendo support's amazing and will help you get back up and running. There's no 100% guarantee of that. My point earlier was like, yeah, I've had customer service experience with all these companies. Nintendo was always the best with quickly getting on top of things that I needed help with and being friendly with it and, just fixing things as soon as possible. Where Xbox and PlayStation, there was always like kind of a runaround with it and it took a while. But there's no guarantee that it's always going to be like that with them constantly fighting everybody on the weird goofiest things like this. People dumping Switch 1 games to use on the MIG Switch, right? Dumping these games and they have these certificates. I don't remember all the terminology behind it, but these games have these specific certificates tied to them. Let's just say a serial number. I know what it is, but I can't recall right now. But like, it has to have that certificate attached to it to play it, right? Each game is unique. So you dump your own game to play it. That's what a lot of people say, like, hey, I want the MIG Switch. I want to play my own games just to kind of have a compilation. So I'm not pumping back and forth all these games, popping them in and out. Just have a library of your games. But then people are abusing that. But they know what the possible negative consequences are here is that if those games that have been dumped get out on the secondary market, this kind of bullshit could happen. People selling these games that have been dumped and loaded onto the MIG switches, and people are playing them, and Nintendo's documenting these games, these certificates on the games, these keys or whatever, and then somebody else is using the actual game. Now it's like back and forth. People are getting banned unknowingly. Like, this person understood probably what was going on. Not everybody will understand or even think. Maybe some people may just not even think to call Nintendo, or not even go about it the way they did. So they said that they called Nintendo. They bought 4 games for the Switch 1 from Facebook Marketplace, and they give the contact for Nintendo support. Talk to a human, select start chat. It's fast, painless. You get a live person helping you. So much easier than getting support from Microsoft, Sony. I can agree from my experience, but you can't always know that that's going to be true. So he says, I inserted the game to my Switch 2 one by one. They were just getting the games pre-patched, like, because a lot of these older games, especially, like, there's updates to them. So they're probably just like, okay, let me get these games pre-installed, the patches, so they're just ready to go. And this was late yesterday. They say a couple days ago today, I turned the console on and was told my online service was restricted. Could not even download the games I bought. So I contacted Nintendo support, found out I was banned. But they said they had me pull up the Facebook Marketplace listing and take some pics of the cartridges. The whole process was painless and fast. Now, what if this individual bought these games from some shady character in a back alley somewhere, and there was no Facebook Marketplace listing? Or say there was a listing somewhere. I've only bought Facebook Marketplace once, and that was years ago. So I don't even remember how that shit works. Like, if you post something on Facebook Marketplace and you sell it, can you delete the listing afterwards, like right away? Like, what if that happens, right? If the listing's gone, you can't prove, like, hey, this is what I bought this, right? Or what if you are just being nefarious anyway and you get banned? You're like, hey, Nintendo, like, and you read this or you heard me talk about it or somebody else talk about it. Hey, I bought these games on Facebook Marketplace, and you just find a listing somewhere, right? Like, is Nintendo just gonna be like, oh, okay, we'll unban you. You're good. Like, I don't know. It's just dumb. It's dumb all around. Like, I I would hope there'd be like other safeguards behind this, because this just kind of this MIG switch bullshit is just gonna blow up here with, like, I don't buy used games, honestly. Like, every game that I owned for the Switch 1 and 2 so far has been new. I don't buy used games, but like, there's been times where that's why I don't like buying shit from like GameStop where it's like open. You know what I mean? Like, was that used? Was that a MIG switch dump? And they just said it was new. Did some employee at GameStop dump that game? I mean, now I'm just getting a conspiracy theory type shit here, but like, I don't buy used games, but that's just me. But like, I wouldn't be like I wouldn't be, like, above that. I'm just saying, like, I haven't so far because, like, every game that I've wanted, I've bought when it's come out. But maybe in the very near future, there could be something that I remember. Oh, crap. Like, I want this game for the Switch 1 and it's no longer available. My only option is to buy it used, right? And then I buy it used and I pop that bitch into my Switch 2, and then I'm banned the next day. And then I gotta prove to Nintendo that I bought it from somebody, right? Like, that's crazy, dude. I don't know, like, bad actors, that's what these people are talking, bad actors and whatever, and just I don't like Nintendo doing it. There's gotta be a better way to go about this, man, than just banning people. This used game thing, that's goofy, dude. That's goofy. That's just gonna rile more people up, man. Yeah, there it is. I just want to talk about this real quick. Thanks for watching. Bye.